This demonstration deals with formatting text in paragraphs, and the tools we'll be using will be mainly contained in the paragraph ribbon group that we can see here. First of all, I'm going to get this heading text, and don't forget, when you want to highlight a paragraph at a time, you can just simply triple click and highlight a paragraph at a time. So for this header text, I wish to have it centered. You can see at the moment the formatting, paragraph formatting of that text is highlighted, and when I mouse over and get my screen tip, I can see that it's left aligned, so I'm going to change that to center aligned. The next paragraph, again I triple click, I wish to have left alignment, and when I mouse over I can see that the left alignment has already been applied. And this means that you have a straight line on the left hand side with a jagged edge on the right. The next paragraph will be right aligned with a straight line on the right and a jagged edge on the left. This is mainly used for address formatting on letters. Justified alignment is useful for having a neat look for your documents. You can see when I apply it, I have a straight edge on the left and a straight edge on the right. It looks quite neat. Next paragraph, I'm going to do some line spacing changes on the paragraph. So you can see the line spacing at present is single line spacing, and using this tool here I can change it to double line spacing by just selecting the 2 button there, and when I apply it, the line spacing becomes greater. And the handy thing about double line spacing is that if you have an assignment that's 5 pages, by applying your double line spacing you can straight away turn that into a 10-page assignment. Okay, scrolling down through my document here, I'm going to show you the first line indent feature. Now I notice that this button isn't available on my ribbon group to apply a first line indent. However, when I pop out the dialog box for paragraph formatting, under the indentation section there's a special indent I can apply called first line indent, and I will make this first line indent 2 centimeters by just typing in the number 2 here and clicking OK. You notice here that there's an indent there in the first line, which this formatting feature is often used in letters or magazine articles. You may see it appear. The next formatting feature in the paragraph is a hanging indent, which is kind of the opposite to a first line indent, where the first line is not indented, however the rest of the paragraph is indented, which is commonly used for dictionaries and definitions. So again, I'm going to have to pop out the dialog box to apply this formatting, and under the indentation section, under special, I'm going to apply hanging indent, in this case of 3.2 centimeters. The next paragraph will have border and shading applied to it. The reason you'd apply borders and shading to a paragraph is so that it stands out in relation to other paragraphs. Perhaps if you're making an advertisement flyer or something like that, you may want certain details to stand out or certain paragraphs of text to stand out. So again, just triple click to highlight your paragraph. The borders and shading tools are available in the right hand corner of the paragraph ribbon group. I'm going to first apply my shading, and the colour I'm going to go for is aqua. Now you'll notice sometimes when you apply a shading it may dominate the text too much, so you might want to go for one of the lighter shades. So I think 60% is about right for this particular paragraph. It doesn't dominate the text too much. So I'll apply that. And the shading tool, or sorry, the borders tool is available here. So when I click on the down arrow, it expands, and I'm going to go right down to the bottom to pop out a special borders and shading dialog box. And in there I wish to apply a box style or box setting for my shading, and I'm going to apply a width of 1.5 point. There's where you change your width. And as you can see, I'm applying that to the paragraph rather than just applying it to individual pieces of text. That border is going to apply itself around the paragraph, which I have selected. And when I click OK, you can see that border has been applied. Don't forget, if you wish to move your paragraphs around, an easy way to do it is, again, once you have your paragraph selected, you can just click and drag. You'll notice that my mouse pointer there, or the placer, is going to be just in here. So I've just moved that paragraph in there. And just to keep it as a separate paragraph, I'll click into the line before it and use the Enter key to move it down again. Final part of our demonstration here deals with multi-level lists. So as you can see here, I have a list here with questions, and there's subsections to the list because each question has a main question with a part A and part B in the case of the first question, and the second question has part A, B and C, or a subsection to the list. So I'm going to highlight the entire list first, and I'm going to apply a multi-level list style. Now you can see there's various listing tools, one where you can apply bullets of your choice, another where you can just apply basic numbering of your choice, but over here you can see is the multi-level list. So I'm going to pop down that multi-level list and choose a style for my list, and I like this one here. You'll notice when you apply the style that certain font formatting may apply with the style that you apply. In this case, it doesn't dramatically affect the font format. However, some of the other styles, for example the Roman numerals, there's a rather dramatic font change when you apply that particular style. So now that I have applied my style, I can see that all of the items in my list are treated as top level list items, and I want to sublist some of the, or bring down some of the lists to a different level. So I'm going to highlight part A and B of the first question, and I'm going to choose the increase indent button to move them down to a level down the list. So I'll click here, and they now become question 1 part A and B, and I'll do the same for the second question by just increasing the indent. And of course, if you wish, you can bring them back up to being a top level list item by simply decreasing the indent. There's just some of the tools for formatting the look and feel of your paragraphs of text in Word 2007.